Welcome back to the channel. Dean, Mike, we're going to get back into some female grunge bands here. And we're going to get back to the Gits, actually. These two bands that we're going to be doing today um, are sort of have some connections with the Gits in some kind of way. So the first band that we're doing today is 7 Year Bitch, American punk rock band from Seattle, Washington. The band was active between 1990 and 1997 and released 3 albums over that time. The band formed at the same time as the emergence of the Riot Grrrl subgenre, and at the Riot Grrrl again, which is a subgenre of punk music from the early to mid 1990s that emphasized the role of women in rock music. The Riot Grrrl movement began as a feminist response to the violence and misogyny that became more prominent in punk music in the mid to late 1980s, and 7 Year Bitch, an all-female punk band, emerged as a part of that subgenre. So kind of interesting that this band has attachments to 2 subgenres, the Riot Grrrl subgenre and then also the grunge subgenre or scene.
Yeah. So seven from 1990 to 97,
Yeah.
they're active.
Yep. Pretty short run. Inspired by the Seattle punk band The Gits and their fiery vocalist Mia Zapata, 7 Year Bitch is one of the most aggressive punk bands on the American indie scene. Vocalist Celine Vigil, guitarist Stephanie Sargent, and drummer Valerie Agnew were playing in the Seattle group Barbie's Dream Car when their bassist left for Europe. They recruited Elizabeth Davis and played their first shows with the Gits. July 1993, Mia Zapata was brutally killed in Seattle, and 7 Year Bitch recorded Viva Zapata says that the death had a profound effect on the group. They were big fans, obviously, of the Gits and then of Mia Zapata.
Yeah.
As a reaction, the band recorded and released their second album, Viva Zapata, in 1994, in tribute to both of their fallen friends. During this time, Valerie Agnew also became one of the primary organizers and co-founders of the anti-violence and self-defense organization Home Alive. So this is a
self-defense organization?
Yeah, so she was a co-founder of the anti-violence and self-defense organization Home Alive. Home Alive is a Seattle-based anti-violence organization that offers self-defense classes on a sliding scale payment system. Home Alive once operated as a nonprofit organization and now continues to operate as a volunteer collective. Home Alive sees its work as integrated into larger social justice movements, recognizing how violence is often perpetrated through oppression and abuse. Home Alive classes include basic physical self-defense, boundary setting, and advanced multi-week courses.
That is pretty cool.
That is really cool.
I like that. It's called Home Alive?
Home Alive. So they put out a CD too called Home Alive. And it had Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Bikini Kill. It had a few bands on it.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty cool. That they all came together for that whole cause.
Well, that rings a tune with me. I like stuff like that, so that's pretty cool.
It was good that we recognized the importance of self-defense and learning that, and especially for women,
right?
Because they obviously are a main target under this whole thing. There's obviously a physical difference between men and women, and men obviously abuse that whole thing, taking their rage and anger out on a weaker individual, someone who's easier target.
And it's not just women too. I mean, they fucking rape victims range from like all kinds of different people,
Definitely. The first song on this whole thing, it has the most plays, is a song called Dead Men Don't Rape. Again, that's probably a reference to what happened to Mia, possibly. This is off their first record, and I know more songs off this record. So I probably have heard this one, but it's still cool to play anyway and hear it.
Yeah. like the drums.
Yeah, that song was a little bit more
Yeah, slower.
slower.
But I like
Yeah.
what there's a girl that was in the drum, woman on the drums, right?
Yeah.
I like what she was doing, holding that snare. That's pretty cool. And because the lyrics are going over the top of it, and holding that snare is just it adds like a little bit of a, you know, kind of a hiccup to it. Um,
Yeah.
and it's cool. It's a good two. It's kind of like two good time signatures, kind of you know, clashing. I like shit like that.
Yeah, this one had more of that grunge sound for sure. But it actually reminded me a lot of like Black Flag, actually. And her vocals kind of very similar to Henry Rollins, the way he approaches tracks is
Oh,
kind of pretty similar.
yeah, I trip out on the the dead man don't rape part. I mean, how she like draws out, dead men don't rape. I
Yeah,
mean, just like because if you listen to the drum beat, you think she's gonna stop earlier, but then she just keeps going longer.
right. So I guess the whole
Really
point of
cool.
the song is, once you're dead, once you're killed, oh, there's no concern about you raping any more women.
Yeah, like dead men tell no tales.
Right,
Dead men get no tail.
right. Had a really cool message as far as like the whole thing we've been talking about with surrounding Mia Zapata and then
Yeah,
sexual
yeah,
violence and sexual abuse that women face constantly.
yeah. I like how they also offer help, for the community. That's really cool
Right.
with
Home Alive.
the Home Alive. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like how they have like a sliding scale to learn self-defense, because people should have that. As part of their thing, I mean, as part of their life, I believe, because you know, you got to protect yourself, man, from fucking anything that can happen.
Right.
But that's always been my mentality. So that's why I just kind of, you know, it rings a tune, for me.
Right.
I think that stuff like that should exist for people who need help. I mean, I think it's a really good thing to bring out into the community. Because I mean, people need help, dude. I mean, especially for I hate to see people getting hit with unnecessary fucking violence when they have the tools, you know, on them to fucking, it don't take that much to poke somebody's eye, or fucking, or fucking fish hook them, and they try to get away, right?
Right.
Just to get away. I mean, just to get away and run. Anybody can use freaking, self-defense, but I mean, um, even though I was trained for, offense, um, you know,
Yeah.
um, self-defense is very useful.
You should check out some other things that we've looked up to with RAINN, and we'll link that right here, as well as the women's self-defense stuff too that I linked. That was a pretty cool video.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting. Let us know what you thought of this song. Don't forget to check us out on Spotify. Links are below. You can check out uncut videos, or you could just subscribe here, and that's cool too. But you get a little more with the Spotify. All right, guys, we'll be back. RAINN is the nation's largest anti-sexual violence organization. If you or someone you know has been sexually assaulted, help is available. Every 68 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted. Sexual violence affects hundreds of thousands of Americans each year. While we're making progress, even today, only 25 out of every 1,000 rapists will end up in prison. Sexual violence can have psychological, emotional, and physical effects on a survivor. These effects aren't always easy to deal with, but with the right help and support, they can be managed.
Learning more can help you find the best form of care to begin the healing process.